to do.
Due to technical difficulties, my man Handsome Mandela wasn't able to make it tonight. So it looks like I'm gonna be flying solo. Got a little echo effect going on. So this is another deeper dive.
Yeah, buddy. Live, direct, actually live, baby. You know what I'm saying? Diving deep on you. That's right. You already know how we do. Deep dives, diving deep for you. You already know. I ain't gonna explain it. Let's just get into it. Yeah. What's going on with it?
It's ongoing, man. You know how it goes.
Yeah, baby. I had to touch down and do this one time for you. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on 1 second, y'all. We gonna have to. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. So I think we got the pickup here.
Yeah, that's a lot better. That's what I was thinking from the jump, for sure.
All right. I don't know if I can hear you in the mic, but let's see. I think we got it. All right.
We good. We good.
All right. So today we got some interesting topics for you today. You know, you already know what it is, the time and the climate, you know.
Word indeed.
So you know, we got my man Handsome Mandela in the house, literally in the house with me.
That's right.
Live and direct from the Longhorn State to the land of the Buckeyes.
Right on.
You know, I don't know where that West Indian accent came from. My bad, y'all. So, call me now. Yeah. You know what it is. Deeper Dives, Dialogue Unlimited. Thanks for joining us tonight. We're going to talk about some things, some interesting things. Dive a little deeper, you know.
Yeah.
What's the word, man? What's going on in your world?
My world, man, everything and nothing at the same time.
Yeah, boy.
You know what I'm saying?
At the same damn time.
Basically.
You know what it is.
Word.
So we were supposed to be going live on Rumble, y'all. My apologies. I'm gonna have to post this to Rumble later as usual. You know, we try to do something new on a new platform, trying to figure out how to get the live to go live, and it apparently is waiting. And you know, let me try something here. It's got, for some reason, it's got the wrong date showing, even though I have the correct date put in. And I don't get it, fellas. I don't get it. Ladies and fellas and gents.
That's why they call it Rumble.
Well, you know, It's been good to us so far. It's been good to us.
I'm not complaining.
I don't get it, though. I just, you know, you got the right date saved in there. Yeah, you know, but, you know, apparently it doesn't want to cooperate. I don't get it.
Like that's time.
You know, the instructions and clear enough here. So, yo, anyway, man, what you think, man? We had some interesting events here in the not too distant past here. Alabama, man. What can I say?
All I can say is black folks can swim,
Apparently.
and we can come together when it's time to. You know what
Apparently.
I'm saying?
You did.
Word.
You did.
Yeah, man.
So, yeah, man. So let's get into it, man. Let's get into
Let's
it.
do it.
Yo, so, man, first things first. Man goes to the docks to do his job, right?
Mm-hmm.
Co-captain of a riverboat. He's just trying to clear space for, a riverboat cruise party to come in and dock, right?
Right.
Take it from there, man. What goes down after that?
I mean, first off, let's speak on the entitlement of those who had their boat dire for no apparent reason.
No reason whatsoever.
They had it there just so they could have it there. You know what I'm saying? And again, the brother was just doing his job. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they got up in his face and was like, well, what are you doing on our ball? Dude, I'm moving your boat because it's not supposed to be here. And that's when they started hitting on them. And apparently, from what I'm understanding, they was calling them the N-word and threatening to get guns. So, yeah, a fight's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying?
Apparently.
So that's when the other black folk seen brother in distress and the melee ensued.
And ensuing melee. Boy, was it ever.
And then, to quote the great Rick James, the tables have turned, darkness.
Man, so I mean, in the wake of this, like, do you feel like it's going to actually improve unity amongst the so-called black people?
I should hope so. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if that didn't do anything, it should do that.
Yeah.
Like, for real. You see somebody going through it, especially on something stupid like that, then yeah.
I tell you, I was amazed, but not shocked.
Not at all.
I felt a bit encouraged and man, lightweight. Can I say proud in a way?
Bruh. Yo.
Yeah, like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe, man. We appreciate everybody coming out.
So, like, in a movie moment, remember in Juice when they was all sitting in Steele's crib at the end of the movie when Pac was cheering?
Right.
That's how I felt. That's how I felt. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Made it, Ma! Top of the world! You know what I'm saying? That's how I felt.
Right on.
I was gangster.
Yes, indeed. Okay. My man, Elijah the Anomaly, rather. My bad, Elijah the Anomaly. What's happening, man? Shout out to you.
Shout out.
Shout out to 3PMD.
Word up.
Old man Ally, Ali, Eddie P.
Indeed.
The great
Painless.
Old Painless. Yeah.
Beat Down Brown.
Beat Down Brown.
Yeah.
You know, the whole clique, the whole crew, man.
Sure.
Yeah. So yeah, man. I mean, the brother that was, I guess you said, swimming to intervene, he was a coworker.
Yeah, he was a coworker. Mm-hmm.
And that's the part that I didn't catch at first. That's dope right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's dope, man. Look, man. Some other things went down. A 16-year-old boy was injured. Apparently, you know, he was on the riverboat cruise with his parents. They were trying to, what do you call it? They were trying to exit the ship or the boat, and he got caught in the melee. Weren't involved. They issued 3 warrants or 4 warrants. 3 people turned themselves in.
Yeah.
Real interesting times, man. Real interesting times. Chairs was pulled, you know, the folding chair happened to be invented by a so-called black man, apparently. Invented them for mainly like churches and funeral services and
Well, it was put to good use.
Utilities.
Just saying.
Utilizations, such.
Just saying.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Like, for real. Riley Freeman will be proud.
We got a little feedback going on, huh? You know, so I'm gonna try to share this out again. That's not what I was supposed to bring up. But yeah, man. Talk about it, man. Fill in some blanks, man. What where do you think we're headed with this?
Again, I don't know. I mean, do you have a clip of that that other thing that you shared with us as far as from Facebook?
The Facebook. Let's see here. Yes. Yeah, we could check out what this brother had to say.
I mean, that was dope in itself too.
Yeah, he has some interesting perspective to add to the situation. Some pretty deep insight. In fact, let's see here. Okay. Uh-oh.
Half ago. Alabama, y'all don't know what you just done. Now, let me tell you what happened to me today. Now, me and my neighbor been living next door to each other maybe about a year. And we just didn't like each other, you know? He comes outside, he see me, look at me, and I don't know what he be saying. I think he'd be like, yeah, bitch-ass motherfucker. And I'm petty. I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm not petty. I'm like, fuck him, you know? I told my son, fuck that motherfucker, right? I comes out on my porch today. He comes out on his porch. He look at me, you know me. I look back at him. He said, OG. I said, what up? Because I call all my black brothers brother. What's up, brother? He said, I'm drinking. Now, I don't drink. But I wasn't going to turn down the invite. I said, yeah, I'm drinking. I said, come on down. We down here drinking. We drinking the Heineken. We just throwing them back, right? He said, OG. I said, what's up? He said, I don't even know why I don't like you. I said, I didn't know why I didn't like you. He said, you know what made me come out here and had to holler at you, OG? I said, what? Man, I watched that fight for Alabama, and I see the way my brother handled their business. I said, I had to talk to OG. We have to talk. That's. I'm quiet right now because I'm getting emotional. Because we never liked it. We didn't know why we didn't like each other. We just didn't like each other. But a video brought this young boy outside, invited me to drink with him when we both used to make comments, nasty comments about each other. He said, man, I had to holler at you, OG, man. I said, I see my brothers came to the rescue of another brother, and me and you been living next door for a year, making faces at each other. He said, I see you, OG. But he hugged me. He said, I love you. So I'm going to get some more beer. This, the biggest part. The cheapest beer is in the hood. And we had to go drive 6 blocks. I said, yo, you can ride in my car. He never been in my car. He said, anytime, OG. He's smoking his weed. He know I don't smoke, but I don't stop people from smoking. He's smoking weed. We were just laughing, having a good time. Why we pull up at the gas station? The first thing I seen around the gas station was red do-rags and everything else. So he said, oh, OG, the blood's over here. But we look at who was next to the blood. It was Crips. They sitting out there blazing up together, drinking motherfucking liquor. I mean, they was wilding, not fighting, but like boom, 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 boom. And I say, my God, when you ever seen the Crip and Blood party like that together? And we're talking about Alabama, how Alabama showed out. They were just talking about, so me and him went to the store, right? We bought some more beer out. And when we coming out, one of the Crip and one of the Blood said, yo, put up the bed. We family, motherfucker. We family, motherfucker. If I don't tell you, tears throw down my face. The young blood who lived next door to me, eyes got water. And he screamed out, damn right. And we all started laughing. I just had to share that story with you. Alabama, you don't know what you just done. You don't know what you just done. It took a brawl like that to bring Black people together, realize we is not the enemy. We are not the enemy. My God, man. Salute. I had to do it. I salute you, Alabama. You got me and the young blood talking when we never even words to each other. But your video, man, we right now, he want me to come down there. We're going to go walk through the park, man, and we're going to shoot the shit, man. I love you, Alabama. And I hope this virus spread to New York, spread to Philly, spread around the world. It's time for us to unite. You even got Mexicans saluting Black people for what they done, man. Shit. I don't want this high to come down. I'm telling you, I do not want this. I love this feeling. Oh my God, this is the best feeling I ever had in a long time. I want first, before I end this video, first thing, Black people, Mexican people, even some white people, I love you. I know I talk a lot of trash about my brothers up here, but I love you. You have a peace day. You have a blessed day. Everything else. Don't let this one thing die out. They started the fire. We had to keep that shit going. Have a blessed day.
That's real.
That's real.
That's real.
Man. I like what he had to say. I mean, it wasn't over the top. It wasn't hateful.
Right.
Hopefully most of us have grown past being in a place of hate. But I mean, listen, when your brother is in need, your sister is in need, it's time to be a true player to concede.
Indeed.
In the words of Curtis Mayfield, you know what I'm saying? You got to come through though, like for real. Alabama, stand up. That was real stand up of you.
Words of Rich Boy. Alabama stand up.
Yeah, Montgomery
Facts.
strong. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Montgomery strong. So yeah, oh man, woo, good stuff. Yeah. So besides this whole debacle, man, while we're talking about Alabama, yeah, I know some of y'all out there probably hate, but that's my team in the NCAA football. Yeah. Shout out Darius Garland from the basketball, went to the Cavaliers, lighting it up in Cleveland. Um, but yeah, we decided to go ahead and surprise y'all with a part two of our new concoction slash creation slash brain baby. We call it
Under the radar.
UTR. That's right, under the radar.
Yeah.
Special edition, Alabama edition. So for those of you all who've seen my posts, hopefully if you haven't seen them already, you'll see them here on social media. The question, has Alabama tension, introduced or given us a glimpse of possibility of unity?
And look, you gotta remember, this is the same state who on Martin Luther King Day celebrated Robert E. Lee Day. So they lightweight force us to unify.
I hope that somebody out there will let us know if you can hear us, because I'm not hearing the audio the way I normally would in the headphones. So I don't know if is your mic open on there, or is it
No, it's muted on here.
let's try. Let's see. Okay.
I don't know. Man.
So yeah, we'll try it this way again. Hopefully you're hearing us loud and clear, live and direct. Uh, yeah, man. History goes deep. This whole entire United States, but like you were saying, Alabama, man, Selma, Montgomery. This is where this situation went down. The riverfront brawl, as they're calling it. Um, but Selma, back in civil rights time, back the 60s, 50s, 60s, I'd say even 70s. And a lot of historical things took place. Desegregation, the marches, Dr. King and, the entire civil rights movement, Dr. James Farmer Jr., Bayard Reston, so many, Medgar Evers. I believe he was in Mississippi, but all of them came through, out the Alabama way as far as uh, the interracial politics and trying to push for, the furthering of our rights and recognition of our contributions to society. Not to mention that, in some people's opinion, including some right-wing politicians, they recognize that we're the original people.
That part.
So I decided that we should talk about something that happened back in 2011. Can you imagine that? Some almost 12 years ago, because it was September 2011. This statement was made by a brave politician in Alabama, and he was quieted, given the old wink, wink, elbow, stay on code, bruh, type of scenario. Let's talk about it.
Let's do it.
So, you got to check out the story, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So, what did you think? Uh,
I
do
thought
you
it was
remember this story? Let me start with
exactly
that.
what you said. He called black folks aborigines, but apologized for it and was told that he should step down for his racist comments, which, nah, it wasn't racist.
My apologies, y'all. I had a
You
little
can't
technical
speak
difficulties.
facts about something, then be nudged about it.
Well, let's dig into what took place according to you know, what's this? Alabama.com. Alabama State Senator Scott Beeson apologizes for calling black people aborigines. This was published on September the 28th, 2011. Updated September 28th, 2011 at 11:30 a.m. Anyhow,
Mm.
Montgomery, Senator Scott Beeson, Republican, Gardendale, on Tuesday apologized for a comment he made referring to black people as aborigines. Beeson, in a press conference, said he was sorry for the remark, calling it both inappropriate and careless and unnecessary. Really. But some senators said Beeson's apology is inadequate and that he should step down as chairman of the powerful Senate Rules Committee. My purpose today is to say that I am very sorry and I apologize to anyone whose feelings were hurt by my comment. Beeson said, reading from a statement at a press conference at the Gardendale Civic Center. As I have stated before, I do not know where that word came from or why it popped in my head that day. But nevertheless, the comments were careless and unnecessary, Beeson said.
Nah, bruh. Careless and unnecessary. You don't know why they popped in your head?
Because they're true.
That part.
Shout out to Dane Calloway. Shout out to our Talk to This One. Shout out to Big Chief, Top Cat. Shout out to I'll talk to this one again. Shout out to Tasha G. Shout out to Phoenix Moon and all of those who are representing First Nations family people, also known as American Indians, often misnomered as Native Americans. And no disrespect to Native American peoples who were some of the first peoples to come over and commune with us, coexist with us, and you know, smiled upon to have, free run and movement throughout the land. Uh, but, this senator is not making erroneous statements. He knows history better than most of us. And it's majorly disingenuous to make him apologize for using a term that means from the origins or of the original. Or what did Malcolm X say? Oh, yeah, that's right. I wish I had the clip, but I don't have the fair use clearance for that. But he made a statement. He said, "You've been had, you've been bamboozled, you've been hoodwinked. right?
Right.
We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. The rock was landed on us.
Hmm. Well,
Then he went on to say, Black people in America, you hate the word, but you are an Aborigine. It comes from the Greek or Latin, I want to say ab, Greek origine, meaning from the beginning. Then he said, whether you like it or not, love it or hate it, you're the original people, often misnomered as Negro, Black, Colored, and African American. So this senator, big ups to him for courageously speaking what is true. Uh, let's pick back up here. Let's see. The comment was caught on tape when Beeson wore a wire for FBI agents during an investigation into alleged state house corruption and vote buying.
hmm.
But Senate Democrats on Tuesday said Beeson's apology was inadequate because they're so righteously representative of all of our values as a people, right? uh, but his apology for the it was inadequate for the offense he caused, and that he should step down as Rules Committee chairman. Or is that because he was wearing a wire to expose their corruption on both sides of the aisle, politically speaking, allegedly, according to this particular publication? Huh.
Hmm.
All right. He should be removed from the position by GOP leaders. So they tried to go above his head or adjacent to his position to have him pressured out. The committee sets the debate agenda in the Alabama Senate. So, of course, they wouldn't want someone who recognizes the original people of that state, let alone the entire country, uh, to be in position to actually make a difference,
True.
especially when he's associated with the party who gets the most flack for being anti us. Interesting. But that's not good enough to me, said Senator Vivian Davis. Of Beeson's apology. That type of language should not be tolerated by any member of the Alabama legislature. If he truly was a leader, the only thing he would have done and should have done is resign, figures said. Beeson said Tuesday that he had not discussed his comments with minority members of the Senate, but would be happy to if they wanted to talk to him. I'm going to repeat that. Beeson said Tuesday that he had not discussed his comments with minority members of the Senate, but would be happy to if they wanted to talk to him. The wire Beeson wore during the FBI investigation recorded him and two other Republicans joking about economic development at predominantly Black Greene County and Green Track Casino, which was one of the county's largest employers. That's y'all's, Indians. Do I need to run that back for y'all? Should I run it back for him?
Run it back.
Beeson said Tuesday that he had not discussed his comments with minority members of the Senate, but would be happy to if they wanted to talk to him. The wire Beeson wore during the FBI investigation recorded him and two other Republicans joking about economic development in predominantly Black Greene County and Green Track Casino, which was one of the county's largest employers. That's y'all's, Indians, former Representative Benjamin Lewis said. They're Aborigines, but they're not Indians, replied Beeson.
Can't argue with facts.
Senate Minority Leader Roger Bedford, Democrat Russellville, said he was both sad and shocked that in 2011, the Senate Republican leadership would condone Senator Scott Beeson's racist comments.
So again, hold on. Before we continue,
might need you to speak a little louder. Not sure.
Let's look at the definition of Aborigine.
Why not? Let's.
A member of the original people to inhabit an area, especially as contrasted with an invading or colonizing people.
Especially when
Especially as contrasted
with
with an invading or
or
colonizing people.
how many colonies? 14, really? But they say 13. Nova Scotia was really the 14th one. I don't know if you all realize that, but you might want to look into it if you care to. So thank you for that. That's key. If he's sincere about apologizing, he ought to step down, right? That's what they said. But the position he holds is chairman of rules, and they ought to make him, Bedford said. Senate President pro tempore Dale Marsh, Republican from Anniston, Alabama, said Republicans were giving Beeson the benefit of the doubt, in quotations, following this apology at a caucus meeting last week and the Alabama Citizens Tuesday. We're not condoning his remarks in any way. He's apologized to the state, and I'm going to give him a chance to show that he is sincere in his statements of apology, Marsh said. But some Republicans also wanted Beeson removed as Rules Chairman, and some Senate leaders have suggested that Beeson resign his committee position temporarily. Republican senators discussed Beeson's future during their caucus retreat last week. Senate Majority Leader Jabo Wagner, Republican of Vestavia Hills, said some senators vehemently want Beeson, to resign as chairman, while others were neutral or wanted him to remain. Wagner and Senate leaders ultimately decided to leave Beeson as Rules Committee chairman. Senator Paul Busman, Republican of Coleman, Alabama, said he believes Beeson's apology is sincere, but there should be consequences for his comments. Busman said Republicans failed to hold themselves to a higher standard of leadership in this case. Wagner said he personally believes the issue will be a distraction for the GOP. But Wagner said ousting a powerful member from a chairmanship might also cause a schism in the caucus and undermine Republicans' long strived for goal to control the Alabama Senate. It was not an easy decision, Wagner said. Wagner said some Senate leaders asked Beeson to step aside for 1 year, and that Beeson refused. Marsh said he did not ask Beeson to resign. However, Marsh said he did tell Beeson he believed it would be best for him to resign his position as Rules Chairman for 1 year, to take some time to heal some wounds, to sweep some stuff under the rug. That's my interpretation. That year would also coincide with the second vote-buying trial currently scheduled for January, at which Beeson is expected to testify. Asked about the cause for his resignation, Beeson said Tuesday that he believes he can still be an effective member of the leadership. Marsh said his goal is that the Senate functions smoothly. If we can get the job done, we'll have to revisit things, Marsh said. That's the end of the story, but not the end of our deeper dive. So accurately described.
What is he apologizing for?
For telling the truth against the people who he was sent to expose by the Federal Bureau of Investigations. Sounds all too familiar. So
It does. It really does.
you got dog whistlers and you got whistleblowers. And they tried to turn him into a dog whistler. They would try to play that, they tried to play that as a dog whistle comment or word or statement. But in fact, he was actually blowing the whistle to get our attention.
Word.
Y'all know what's going on. Y'all got a whole county and a racetrack that employs most of the county. And there's an election coming up. Do you know who you are?
Word.
You got Indians running the casino, but this is y'all's land. I don't even know we can go any further. I mean, we could go a lot further, I suppose, but I'd like to hear from you, my man.
I'm gonna just make it short and sweet. To quote the brother in that last video, Alabama, y'all know what y'all started.
There you have it.
Facts.
Well said. Man. So where do we go from here, man? Where do we go from here?
Man.
In the words of Axl Rose, where do we go now?
In the words of the late great Nipsey Hussle, the marathon continues.
Hustle and motivate.
That part.
Yeah, man. Rich history, man. A lot of things being suppressed. My grandmother, my father's mother, her mother, they're all from Jefferson County, Alabama. A lot of the family records were moved over to Fulton County, which happens to be in the is it adjacent state, Georgia? Yeah, Atlanta, Fulton County. A lot of the family records there. So it's interesting because we always assume, because of the narratives that have been driven into our heads and programmed into our minds at an early age here, that we descended from chattel slavery. And not to say that some of us don't have any admixture from our brothers or sisters from the continent, the mother continent, as some people look at it as. But a lot of our ancestors were already here. I mean, in one of his famous speeches, Martin Luther King Jr. says, before the Mayflower, we were here. And he goes down a whole list. You can look this up, man. I'll tell you a quick reference. A lot of people are trying to hate on Google or Wikipedia, but if you look up the transcripts using, a search engine, I won't plug any particular one. I won't crap on any particular one, but whatever search engine of your choice, go ahead and just type in the transcript from each one of his speeches and just piece together what Martin had uncovered and discovered and why he started to make statements like he fears that he's integrated his people into a burning house. And therefore, we must all become firemen. And while he saw, a picture of integration as black and white spurs together, that he sees that their view of integration or intent for integration was only to have a white page with black spots interspersed here and there. And we got caught up into this colorism. People call it racism, but it's downright colorism, and it's a caste system, and it's always been that way. That's why only the talented tenth of so-called black culture are successful by the standards of the American dream, and most of them are male. And even the females who make it to that stratosphere, you often won't know unless you dig or unless someone alerts you or makes you aware of the fact that they're in that strata, you know, that class. So it's just interesting, man, the role that Alabama plays and how things are kind of coming back full circle
Yeah,
in 2023.
yeah, yeah, man.
You know,
What I think would be funny, and we probably gonna see it if you search it. If they had that Brawl video remix with Jay Z's Takeover.
what? Okay, you're gonna have me
Yo.
researching this. Oh, I can't spell right this moment. Alabama. I said Alabama.
Alabama, bam.
Riverfront Brawl. Remix, you said? Or is this something you just made up?
I just made it up.
Okay. I'm looking for it to see if somebody did it.
Probably gonna see it on TikTok.
Oh man, listen, you just gave somebody $1 million idea.
I need my 10%.
It's gonna go viral in like less than 3 hours.
I need my 10%.
Yeah.
Not allegedly. Dead
Shout out
ass.
and peace to the one viewer we got right here at the moment live. Oh, you done popped out. You done popped out. Where'd you go? Come back to us. No, shout out to everybody in the viewing and listening audience, man. You guys have been blowing up the views. Thank you so much. Hopefully we can get some more of you to subscribe. Thank you to the ones that are already following, subscribing. You know, we do have a local community you can subscribe to through rumble.com app. We're going to go live here any day now on Rumble Live. Sorry that it failed. For those of you who might catch this video later, my apologies. You know, I blasted with the emails and the social media, and I failed you as far as figuring out how to get this thing to actually go live on Rumble right at the moment. So it definitely is going to be posted on the Rumble channel. Deeper dives, dialogue, unlimited podcast, you know. Shout out to my man, Handsome Mandela, aka Disco Kane, man.
Yeah.
All the way from the Longhorn State, where all my exes live. Just kidding. No disrespect to y'all. But yeah, check us out. Like, here we go, rumble.com. There it is. HTTPS, you know the rest. Help us brothers out. You know, we have cash apps. You can donate so we can improve the content, improve the capabilities of the platform in which we're using, which has been great for us and great to us. So we want to be appreciative of that. But we would love to be able to give you some more bells and whistles and some more interesting things to see and hear within, you know, the continuity of the show and the programming. But yeah, man, this has been a labor of love for us, and we love sitting together and chatting about, you know, the deeper things, the deeper side of things that are currently happening, things that have already occurred. And of course, those who are ignorant of their history are doomed to repeat the same. So hopefully we're learning, because it's not going to get no better until we make it better.
Word.
You know.
Word.
Yeah, man. We're glad to have you here, man. Yo, welcome back home. You know what I'm saying?
It's good to be here, man.
Yeah.
Good to be here. Freezing, but it's good to be here. For sure.
Yeah, man. It's probably like a longhorn winter here for you. You know,
Boy.
even though it's almost the middle of August. Not quite, but approaching quickly.
Right.
Yeah, man. I don't know what's up with this Rumble thing, man. I'm kind of hurt behind that, man.
I mean, we'll get it together.
What it is I have to do to get this. Yeah, 5 people at least waiting at one point in time, and I just couldn't get it. Couldn't get it going. Yeah, we'll have to figure it out. Do some troubleshooting. Get that worked out for you, uh, as the audience. So, anything else on your mind?
Nothing that comes to mind right now. I just want some sauce on my bread.
Sauce
Extra
on bread.
sauce.
Shout out to C Staples,
Word.
Youngstown's finest. Hey, I gotta shout out my man Joe Bowers, man. Listen, if you are into soul food, southern cooking, and healthier options at that, you got to check out Savannah Joe's. Savannah Joe's. I'm gonna get you the address, man. I posted it on Facebook. Uh, but I wanna shout it out again, man. Savannah Joe's Soul Food Restaurant, man. Um, incredible food. Incredible food. I mean, there's no question. Some of the best I've ever had, and that's at 2905 Glenwood Avenue, Youngstown, Ohio 44511. Yes, and they have DoorDash, and I believe they have might be Uber Eats, something like that. So if you can't get out the house or you don't feel like going anywhere, man, it's a place you can call and order, or not call and order, but you can go online and order from. If you're in the Youngstown, Ohio area, and have it delivered to you live and direct, hot and fresh. Sound like we got some scattered showers. But yo, man, we beat your ears up for the moment, and I'm glad that you are here to listen. There's more where this came from, and there's even more exciting and greater information coming forth. We're working on some more things to format uh, the program and add some more excitement, you know what I mean, and some more information for you all to be able to benefit from, learn from. Shout out to the Schwebel Room family.
Indeed.
YouTube.com/Schwebel Room. Schwebel Room, Schweb3 tokens. We have our own NFT marketplace. We have our own merchandise.
Get them shirts.
3PMD.
Get them tokens.
You know what I'm saying?
Check out the podcast.
That's the family. Check out this whole podcast family. Does his thing with his random shit for those of y'all that ain't censored. Interesting and very humorous yet informative podcast. 3PMD,
everybody.
Also humorous and informative, controversial and enlightening. We got the Deeper Dives Dialogue Unlimited. Of course, we hope to enlighten you and also entertain, make you chuckle, make you laugh at yourself, take a look at yourself and others in a different light. What more can I say? What you got to say? Anything else you want to add? McKelvey Lakes.
You covered it, man. Shoot, we got something for everybody. Check us out. Stay tuned. Stay with us. We growing like a plant.
Absolutely. This has been another Deeper Dives Dialogue Unlimited podcast. Thanks for joining us. Like, share, and subscribe. Join the locals community through our Rumble. Rumble.com, also another platform you can catch us on. More to come.
Indeed.
Brighter days.
Word.
Peace.
Peace.